The wind screamed over the Ural Mountains, a voice older than memory itself. In February of 1959, it was not merely cold, it was murderous. 9 students from the Ural Polytechnical Institute trudged along the snowy ridge of Kolatsiakal, which the local Mansi called Dead Mountain. They were well-trained, strong, experienced in these brutal winters. Igor Dyatlov led them, his eyes narrowed against the slicing wind. He insisted on camping right on the slope, a decision he wrote off as tactical, even brave. They pitched their canvas tent as dusk bled away the last light, driving in stakes with numb fingers. Laughter was hollow but real. They felt invincible.
Diary entry, February 1st, 1959. Ludmila Dubinina. We've decided to stop here on the open slope. Igor thinks it's best to avoid going down into the trees in the dark. I don't agree, but I keep quiet. My face hurts from the wind. Everyone is in good spirits, or pretending to be. We're strong enough for this.
That night, they sang softly to drown out the wail of the gale. They didn't know they would never sing again. Morning never truly arrived on that frozen mountain, only a dim, gray gloom. When the searchers finally found the tent weeks later, it was half buried in drifting snow. The strange thing was, the tent was slashed open from the inside. Knives had cut frantically through canvas. Boots were still neatly lined up. Jackets, sleeping bags, supplies untouched. They had fled into the subzero night wearing only socks, thin shirts, underwear.
Searcher's Journal, February 26, 1959. The sight made my blood run cold, colder than the wind ever could. I saw the rips from the inside. Who cuts their way out of their only shelter like that? God help them.
Their tracks told a story in the snow. 9 sets of prints, some barefoot. No signs of a struggle, no other tracks. Just the wind and their own panic. The rescuers followed those tracks down the slope toward a distant stand of trees. At the edge of the forest lay the first 2 bodies, Yuri Doroshenko and Yuri Krivonishenko. They were barefoot, wearing only underwear, lying next to the blackened remnants of a fire. Their fingers were shredded, skin peeled away from desperate climbing. A nearby cedar had broken branches 5 meters high. They had tried to get away, or see something.
Diary fragment, Yuri Krivonichenko. The wind is loud. Sometimes it howls like a person. I don't know why I'm writing this. Maybe so someone knows I wasn't afraid. But I am. A little. Bye. Farther up the slope lay Igor Dyatlov himself. Face frozen, eyes open, arms outstretched toward the ruined tent. Zina Kolmogorova and Rustem Slobodin were nearby. They had tried to crawl back. Rustem had a cracked skull, but no one could say how it happened. Bye. 2 months later, thawing snows revealed the last 4, hidden in a ravine. They had built a shelter of branches. They had stripped clothes from the first dead to keep warm. They had not given up. Bye. But they died anyway, and their injuries were unspeakable. Bye. Medical examiner report excerpt. Dubinina, multiple fractured ribs, massive internal hemorrhage, tongue missing. Zolotaryov, crushed chest, comparable to high-speed collision. Thibaut Brinol, severe skull trauma, minimal external soft tissue damage.
Rumors spread like wildfire. The official Soviet report blamed a compelling natural force, but no one could agree on what that meant. Some said it was an avalanche, but the slope was too gentle. The tent wasn't buried. Their footprints remained for weeks. And who runs barefoot into an avalanche? Others suggested infrasound, a wind phenomenon that can cause panic. But it doesn't crush bones. There were stranger theories, military tests gone wrong, parachute mines that explode in the air, sending shockwaves strong enough to shatter ribs without tearing skin. Some of the clothes had elevated radiation levels. No explanation was given. And then there were the Mansi stories, about spirits that haunt the mountain, about lights in the sky that night, burning orbs floating over the ridge. Some searchers claimed they saw them too.
Searcher's Journal, March 1959. I don't like being up here. It's too quiet when the wind stops. That's when you hear other things, or think you do.
The families never got real answers. The files were sealed. Investigators were warned off, and the mountain kept its secrets. Years later, the case was reopened. They said it was an avalanche after all. That was easier, cleaner, but the scars on the bodies remain unexplained. And so does the terror that sent 9 strong, experienced hikers running barefoot to their deaths.
Ludmila Dubinina's last diary entry. Imagined. It's so cold, I can't feel my hands. The wind is screaming like it's alive. I hear something outside the tent. I don't want to go, but Igor is shouting. We're cutting our way out. God forgive us. God help us.
They say the wind still howls over Dead Mountain, that if you listen closely, you can hear frantic footsteps crunching in the snow, the ripped canvas flapping in the wind, 9 shadows fleeing something no one living has ever seen. Whatever it was worse than freezing to death. And it's still out there, waiting. That's all for tonight's tale. If you survive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more chilling stories. Sleep well, if you can.